Movie starts. We are shown the scene where was the father of kind Odin. It was his era. At that time, his enemy was Malekith, and he also has a weapon. It was his strength. Malekith wants to attack and occupy all the 9 kingdoms. But King Odin's father doesn't let this happen. He sends Malekith and his companions far at a distance while defeating them. And he buried Malekith after taking his weapon. When Malekith realizes that his weapon is taken from him, and there is not an ordinary man in front of him but a great king, then he calls his companion. He says that it is better for us to take a deep sleep, and when the time will get better we will be back. We will also get our weapons back. Malekith and his strange companion take a deep sleep. Now the story comes to the present. Malekith was still sleeping. Well, it is a separate story, and if we talk about Asgard, everyone knows there that Loki tried to deceive his father, to become good in front of his eyes. Now he was caught because he wasn't dead, he is alive. Thor was taking him to King Odin. After it, in the next scene, we see Thor who was fighting nicely. He does these fights to save his kingdom. And for those who can't do anything for themselves, who are weak, they ask for help from Thor. It was Thor's goodness that he helped them. Then Thor goes to his father and starts talking to him. And we come to know that the Bifrost Bridge is repaired again. Now it is working. King Odin tells Thor that son, the time is coming, when the 9 kingdoms will be in an alignment. A portal will open as they gather. Malekith stated that he will return when the time comes. So you should be careful. On the other side, and we see Jane Foster and her assistant. They were talking about the topic that is there these kinds of portals. They come to know that there is an abandoned building, and they get suspicious that why nobody goes there. Let's go there, but this was their mistake. Because there were some portals that if any object will be gone inside, even humans, they will vanish. Fell on the other corner of the world. When Jane was seeing the portal, she falls inside the portal. And you know where she arrived, in the depth of the earth where the father of King Odin hides Malekith's weapon. As she hits that place, all the powers of the weapon come in Jane Foster. The protector of the Bifrost Bridge also knows it. He goes and tells Thor that you asked me to keep an eye on Jane Foster. But I am not seeing her anywhere in the world. Is anything happened to her? He says him to send him to the earth immediately. I will go and see. Now Thor was at Midgard. And Jane till then arrived there on the earth. When she sees Thor, she slaps him that you come here in this get-up. If someone will see you, what will people say? But it happens reverse. The police come there, and they catch Jane and ask her that day why you slap him. But to touch Jane was costly for the police, because some electric waves were coming out of Jane. Due to it, the police officer falls at distance. Seeing it, Thor comes to know that his friend now has the abilities. It means the powers of Malekith's weapon. He takes her with him to Asgard. When King Odin sees her, he knows that Jane has no good powers, and now Malekith will return. Now his weapon is connected with Jane. Jane's life is also at risk. Take care of her, and it happens the same. Malekith wakes up from his sleep. He orders his companion to attack Asgard, so that he can take the weapon back to Malekith. After it, Malekith will return in his real get-up here. Now Malekith comes to know that his weapon is connected with Jane Foster. He comes there and he was about to get his weapon after killing her. Meanwhile, Thor's mother comes there who saved Jane's life. But during this, she lost her life. She sacrifices for Jane, but then Asgardians come there. Malekith and his companion get scared and run from there. Malekith was not so powerful yet because he hasn't his weapon. Thor comes to know that Malekith has killed his mother. He becomes aggressive. Being aggressive, he will take revenge on Malekith. He goes to Loki and tells him that Malekith has killed our mother. Come with me, we will take revenge on him. Loki also comes in anger and they together go there. When Thor and Malekith arrive there, they see that Jane is also with Malekith. He is trying to take out his weapon from her. Jane can lose her life. This thing makes Thor scared, but Malekith soon takes out his weapon from Jane. Thor comes in anger while using his thunder powers. He tries to break the weapon, but he couldn't do this. Now Malekith has his weapon and he was so strong. Malekith moves from there in his spaceship. He says that I will come that day when all kingdoms will gather here. Then we see that the special assistant of Malekith injures Loki. Here he sacrificed for Thor. That Malekith's companion would kill him and Thor can go from here. Now Jane takes Thor to the portal from where they can go to the world. There she meets with the professor and her assistant. The professor tells them that if we will go to the center, we can stop Malekith to occupy the 9 kingdoms. Then they go to the place where Malekith will come. They also have advanced weapons so that they can fight with Malekith easily. Malekith also arrives there, but meanwhile, a portal opens, from which Malekith and Thor come somewhere else. Then Thor hits an idea. He brings the spaceship of Malekith and hits him. Due to it, he dies. Malekith was no more, the one who was showing power was no more. This fight was over now. After it, Thor goes to his father King Odin, and tells him that I have killed Malekith. King Odin says that Thor, now I will surely make you king, but Thor says that still, I am not strong like you. Then we see that there was Loki in place of King Odin. Movies ends here. Please like, share and subscribe my channel for supporting me. Thank you for watching.